Yo, what is up, everyone? Hope all's going well for you. Welcome back to Get Jack. Now today we're continuing out here in Dune Awakening, just where we left off last time. So I've been having a blast at this point, so this is a pretty good game. I'm enjoying it, and lots of progress for us to do today. So in the background of what we're doing today, I'm going to be doing all these Arakan quests. Why? Because I want to get that building set so that we can start setting up our main base. The base is really what I want to work on soon. But besides that, I want to get our Ornithopter. We got our base with our sand buggy all set up in the aluminum area, and we got to farm that Ornithopter. That should be it. Let's get into it. Alright, and contract complete. Oh, looks like we're actually moving along in this quest line. Alright, I had to make sure that I wanted to do this. Alright, we're committing to a partnership. It's official. We are with Atreides. Mostly because it was just the easier quest for me to do. And no other reasoning behind that at all. Okay, cleared out this PvP craft. Got ourselves a little blueprint action. We're not using guns at the moment just because I just don't need to. Like, melee is just working just fine for me, so why change it? And another area cleared. We actually get a helmet blueprint from this one, so this might actually be useful. Take all that. Pseudo pulse sword as well. Drop that stuff. Drop that. Probably don't need it. So, pseudo pulse sword. I'm just trying to get as many of these blueprints as possible. We'll take them all back to base at some point, look them over, and see if any of them are actually worth it. This one might be worth it, actually. Can you please get off the side? Oh my god. I was stuck on the side of the ship. I've been trying to get these as much as I can, and that might have just cost me. Oh my god, that was close. Okay, yeah. Those ships are buggy, man. It's been a couple times where I've got stuck on the ship like that, so I just got pretty dang lucky there. But at least a couple of them dropped, like, over by our base over here. Okay, so we've got to tell off the Harkonnen guy. I'm sorry, man. You just gave me too difficult of a quest. I didn't want to do it. It was just too far away. I didn't want to have to deal with that. I think at some point we can change our alliance anyway, but for now, I don't think we're friends with the Harkonnen anymore. I just gotta turn in this other quest to this guy. Oh yeah, that was all I had to do for it, basically. It still has the quest for the Harkonnen guy over there, so I don't know. Complete contract. Alright, we're moving our way back up. There you go. What's next?
I saw the look on.
Alright. Oh, handheld life scanner. That's actually something that we're going to need somewhere along the line. That's a good blueprint to have. I don't know how rare they are, but I know we'll definitely want that for when we get to the deep desert. Alright, and another completed contract. And yet again, another completed contract. These contracts are getting pretty annoying. They're all like in the same exact place, and all I gotta do is go grab something, bring it back. Kind of annoying. Not even like a new area or anything. I just keep having to go back to the same section and bring him something. Annoying. Alright, another contract completed. And now, are we moving on to like the next area at least? Yes, we are. Okay, another quest done. Oh my god, there are so many quests in this quest line. I did not realize this. Alright, we got a little jacket blueprint action going on over here. This might be an upgrade. I'll have to take it back to see. I wish it showed the stats like in the blueprint. It just shows the crafting materials. But, oh well.
Wasn't a lab rat to I don't want your
Alright, another quest done. Dude, can I just like join you guys or something? This is getting ridiculous. Alright, quit being a baby about it. Okay, well, we at least get to go to the next quest zone here. Oh, we got another contract board. Okay, so we're in the next area at least. So we are making progress. And of course, some more contracts to do, which is nice because we'll get a whole bunch of money from that. We're still kind of recouping what we lost, dying to the frickin' sandworm last time. And now we gotta find this next. This is a cool little area. We gotta find this next. Where is she? It's below me.
Not calculate seeing you today.
Okay, it is this lady here.
I am Andrea. Let's see what you have there.
And this should be our next person for the Atreides line.
Anton Tolliver deliver the reports through the... I see.
Oh, because he's being a big old baby and crying about stuff. Alright, let's help this lady out.
This war of assassins comes...
Okay, so now that we've spent hours doing all of these quests to get to this next area, what I wanted to do is get like the quests lined up with where we have to go next. But it's taken so long to do all the quests, I'm just gonna go to the area. I'm sick of driving around on a sand bike. We're making our next cut array so that we can farm aluminum a little bit better. We do have a decent amount of aluminum, so that's all good. We got a sandstorm going on outside, so I figured we'd get this all set up. And now we need to start farming the stuff up for the Ornithopter finally. So where we have to go is over here. So we got to go over to this area. It's where it's like the electric sandworm is or something. I don't know. I've never been over there. And we need carbide scraps, I believe, and diamondine dust. Luckily, our quests are all in that upper area over there, which is where I think we want to put our next base. But we need the Ornithopter first. So I have most of the stuff that we're going to need for most parts of the sand, or for the scout. But I need these carbide scraps here for like the chassis, I think the cockpit and the hull or something like that. So that is going to be in our next order of business. The crappy part is I got to drive my sand bike all the way over there and hope that we don't get eaten by a worm. So hopefully we can make it over there. And we can get this Ornithopter finally going. Because I'm sick of driving around on the ground, watching people fly above me. I'm done with it. And then I think we're also going to make a buggy over at this iron base. Just because, why not? It'll make our iron farming easier, and we need that for steel. Okay, so on our way over to the electric sandworm area, we found the next trade post. So we may as well talk to this crazy person. Okay, so you give me nothing. Okay. No quest or anything? I really don't. Oh, shoot, I accidentally pressed the space bar. Now I gotta go through this bullshit again. Okay, goodbye. I'm done. I don't care. Do any of you guys have like a quest or something? No. No. You're all useless. Okay, let's just grab these at least so we have them. Cool, cool. And we're on our way. Okay, we've arrived at the place where we get the stuff that we need for the Ornithopter. That was a journey. And we gotta search some chests here, get ourselves some stuff, and kill a bunch of dudes. I hope my gear's good enough for this area, because I think this is like the last area. Which is kind of dumb. You gotta go all the way to the last area to get the Ornithopter. Otherwise you're stuck with a stupid sand bike. Oh my. They take some hits. Alright, I'm gonna make my way through here. Extract all their blood. And see if we can get enough for this. I hope one run to this place is enough for at least an Ornithopter. Should be, right? I need to drink some of that, actually. We're gonna be drinking blood, too. Okay, so we got to the loot room in here. The enemies are actually pretty strong here for me, but this might help, because we actually got this Spark Sword blueprint. So that should hopefully actually be an upgrade for us. And I think we can actually craft it. Oh, it takes a carbide scrap. So we might not have enough of those. We do have enough, I think, for the Ornithopter. So at least getting that blueprint and being able to craft that. We also got soft step boots, which are huge for farming spice and flower sand out in the desert. Kind of reduces the worms aggro. So we're probably going to craft both of those things, but let's get back to base and build this up. Okay, so I've just been moving all of our aluminum back and forth. Basically, I've just been parking a sand bike at this trade post and the trade post over by our other base, like our technically main base, and just going back and forth. I did have to get a little bit more water over here because transporting back like the unrefined stuff is just it takes way too long. So we're crafting up more of this cobalt paste. We need a ton of this. At least we had enough water for that. What I need to do is put a medium ore refinery over here. We got a ton here. That's awesome. And for some reason, this cobalt paste is insanely heavy as well. So we can take back some of this. We're going to need that for the Ornithopter. And I really, yeah, like I said, I got to put a ore refinery over here, a medium one, because transporting back the raw aluminum is just, it's terrible. It is so heavy. Just get a little bit more water right here. Okay. The moment I've been waiting for. I think, let's just hope that I got everything that I need here. So let's set up this Ornithopter. I got the buggy, a little garage over there, and we've got that all set. This we can just put into our pocket, I believe. So we don't have to have a place to put it quite yet. And these were expensive and annoying to get the resources for, but what do we need? One more wing. There it is. Yes. This is gonna make our lives so much easier. I'm so excited for this. Man, they really make this a pain to get your first Ornithopter, but it makes it so much sweeter when you do. Okay. Alright, let's get some fuel for this bad boy. Let's probably hold on to these. We should probably just have them in our inventory at all times, just in case. Oh, it takes a lot of fuel, too. Let's just fill it up completely. And now, we don't have to fast travel to our other base anymore. We can just fly there. And we can scout out a good place for our actual main base and stop working out of these little farming bases. Oh, God. Yeah, I gotta learn how to use this thing. What does that do? Oh, okay. So in most games, shift is like a, you know, go fast, but I guess that just puts you into glide mode. Okay, I'm gonna have to play around with how to fly this because I have no idea what I'm doing. But, oh my God, it feels so good to be in the air. If we die to the sandworm now, we have no excuses. Yeah, we've got every piece that we need. Oh, we did it. We did it. Okay, so obviously the first goal for the video was to get that Ornithopter. And the second thing I wanted to do is buy this. The Atreides Stronghold. So that we can start our new main base just building that. And we do have some leftover money. Should we get like the light set as well? There's a whole bunch of stuff in here, but we're not high enough reputation for a lot of it. So maybe we will get these. You know what? Let's just do it. We're going to buy them at some point anyway, right? So we got office furniture, and we'll get the light set too. Why not? There we go. And it was so cool to fly over the...
Something to offer the great house, Wallach.
I don't care. I have enough quests that I have to do. I don't have time to deal with you two. House... What? Okay. I don't know what all those house people are for. Is that just like more quests and stuff? I don't want to grab any more because I have so many that I have to do already. There are so many random things in this town. And I do have a quest here too, so I may as well complete that. But it was so cool. We got to fly over the world map for once instead of having to pay, what is it, like 2,000 Solari to come out here. So it was real nice to be able to save that expense and actually fly here. But look at that. We did it. While we're here, I actually looked up how to continue our trooper storyline too. So this crazy person who's addicted to spice, it seems, is our trooper trainer, our next one. So I figured we'd pick up this quest so that we can actually...
The details are in the contract, Boot.
Alright, cool. So that we can actually continue that skill tree. She's really nice too. Really kind person. Alright, so flying around this area for quite some time, I've learned some stuff. So I wanted to build a base on like one of these pillars over here, kind of going into this Odom area, but there are so many little enemy encampments and bases and stuff like that. It's just really hard to find a spot that's actually buildable. So I'm thinking right here. Look at it, it's got this little plateau up here. We have a nice little road going towards like the aluminum spawns and stuff, and this will give us a good like branching off point into that like high level Odom area. So I'm thinking we build the base here on top of this pillar. It looks like we got a decent amount of flat land up here where we can build like our basic structure and stuff. We could probably, I don't know if we could build all the way down to there. We probably don't need to, but I think if we start it right here, this is going to be the end game base, which I'm super excited for because obviously the building was something that I was really looking forward to, and we've just been living out of little shacks up until this point, basically. I just didn't want to put that many materials. Let's get this thing out of the way. I didn't want to put that many materials into building a base that I just don't care about. Figured we may as well just live small and find like the perfect base area. So I think this is it. I think we found it. Let's get it like so it's straight. And I think that's gonna be it. Oh man, I'm so excited. We're gonna put so much time into base building. But this is just the beginning. I've got all the basic stuff in my Ornithopter to get some storages down, to get some basic structures down. I did make that plasteel, I think it's called plasteel, so that we can just start building the upgraded, or plastone, sorry. I did get some of this plastone, so let's get this foundation down. We'll get a storage bin, and then we can just put all this stuff into it. Okay, so I think I got our foundation lined up with our build area, and it's also on the highest point right here so that we don't have to worry about ground poking through this bottom floor, I hope. And if I just put all this stuff in here, we can actually just start building out of this storage. I tried to bring kind of everything we're gonna need for some basic stuff over here. Obviously we're gonna have to fly a lot of materials out, but at least we should be able to get a basic structure here. Oh god, I'm dying. Well, I thought I brought everything I needed out except for frickin' water. Oh, that's gonna be rough. I might just have to like die a few times and spawn at the Ornithopter. Let's make sure that my respawn point is set to this Orny. It is. So now if I die, I die. Let me see if I can find like something to drink from at least. Okay, one thing I kind of put on pause was doing these trials. So since we're setting up that new base, we're gonna need a ton of water, and that means we're gonna need those Fremen Deathstills. So I'm gonna crank out these trials as well, because we're gonna really need those Fremen Deathstills so that we can actually get a big supply of water. So we're gonna crank out this one. It's a lot nicer, seeing as the fact that we can actually fly around the map and take the Ornithopter. So I'm gonna get through this, and hopefully we can knock these out with the Orny as well. Don't care. Okay, 5th trial done. Does that give us anything? How many are there of these? Like 7 maybe? That didn't give us anything, unfortunately. Okay, so I made our way to the 6th trial now. Oh, is it one that I don't actually have to do? Nice, it's broken. Sorry that I'm excited that your altars are broken, but at least it means that we could just move straight to the 7th one. Nice. Okay, and this should be the end of the 7th trial. I think there's only 8, so we're almost there. It is so nice having the Ornithopter to be traveling over the map with, because this would have taken so long with the sand bike. I'm so glad I got this before finishing out these trials, because they are spread out all over the place. I wonder if this one actually gives us anything. We used the still tent in this one, so I feel like it's going to give us that still tent. Man, and I don't think I've said it this video, but we are looking damn good. And the curls have stood up to the test of the desert, which is pretty dang impressive, wouldn't you say? Alright, give me something. Alright, and here we are. The final test. I think we found the cave. Yes, we have. And this is actually, nicely enough, right by our new main base, which I'm working on. We'll get there. But at least it's like right over here. I actually came in here before and I couldn't access that door. So I knew that this was going to be something big. But the final test. Alright, let's make our way through here. And this should hopefully give us the Fremen Deathstill. Okay, so this was a really long trial. I think we're pretty much done. We have to find our way out of the secret chamber. Is that this way? Okay, cool. Yeah, we had to go through this with this lady. Man, I couldn't have just gone through there in the first place. Just grappled up and gone through here. We had to complete a ton of puzzles for that one, which I did with only my straight up very smart brain and a full guide walkthrough on it, so it didn't take very long. But it was mostly my brain. I definitely figured out most of those myself. And looks like we just have to fight our way out of here. Okay, cool. You're just gonna leave me. How much would it suck to die here? Oh, that's a lot of guys. Okay, so that was a big fight. There were a lot of enemies there. Luckily, they weren't like insanely hard. Just a ton of them. So let's get the heck out of here. And that should give us the Fremen Deathstill, I hope. Which is going to help us with base building so much. Because we won't have to just gather all of our water by hand. We got Ari's pistol as well. It seems pretty decent. And that should give us the Deathstill. Where is that at? Yes, and it just automatically unlocks it too. Okay, that makes things so much easier. We've got a lot done today. I think that's actually where we're going to stop, because I really want to focus the next video on like building our base. We're going to spend a ton of time on base building, like I've been saying. But I really wanted to get this Deathstill so that it would make our lives so much easier. So our base is right over there. I'm going to head over there and get to work, but that's where we're going to stop for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button and or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You guys have a great rest of your day, and of course, we'll catch you next time.